So we made the decision that we're going to take 4 games to the other consoles, just 4 games, not a change to our kind of fundamental exclusive strategy. We're making these decisions for some specific reasons. We make every decision really with the long-term health of Xbox in mind.
2024 was definitely an interesting year for gaming, to say the least. There was a lot of bad, from the horrendous failure that was Concord to the mass amount of layoffs that happened. The number of people laid off in the gaming industry in 2024 was more than 2022 and 2023, and that's definitely something that we need to take very seriously. But there was also a lot of good for us to talk about, be it the amazing games that came out such as Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Astro Bot, and one of my personal favorites, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. But there was also a lot of cool stuff that was gaming adjacent, from movies to TV shows to Nintendo's music app to all the cool announcements for Nintendo's in-person attractions. There's a lot for us to celebrate that happened as well. But looking forward, I want to talk about my most anticipated games for 2025. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into what we have to look forward to. If you like what you hear in this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so I know that you're here. And let me know what you're most excited about and what games I should have on my radar as well. The first game I want to talk about is Gears of War E-Day. This was first shown off at Xbox's June 2024 showcase with an in-engine trailer, and it's set to be a prequel game to the original trilogy. And let me just say, the trailer about had me in tears seeing Dom back again. The Gears of War games from the Xbox 360, specifically Gears of War 3, hold such a special place in my heart, and being able to go back and see what started it all is definitely going to be an adventure for me that I can't wait to go through. All of that said, I'm definitely keeping my hopes in check for this game as much as possible, just considering how much of a letdown Gears of War 4 and 5 were for me personally. Nevertheless, I'm excited beyond belief for E-Day, and I can't wait to finally get some actual gameplay footage and hopefully get a release date somewhat soon. Keeping in line with the theme of prequel games, the next one on my list is Mafia: The Old Country. Like Gears of War E-Day, this game was also first shown at the Xbox June 2024 showcase with an in-engine trailer that doesn't give us gameplay yet, but it does tell us a good bit about what we can expect from Hangar 13's next game. Instead of rampaging the streets of Empire Bay, we will be going back to Sicily in the early 1900s, and it's going to be nothing short of fantastic, I'm certain. Hangar 13 has done a phenomenal job of giving us great adventures, and some of the very few games that can even come close to rivaling GTA in terms of that sandbox, beautiful exploratory aesthetic. Needless to say, I'm excited, and I know that just like E-Day, this one will also have me spamming the pre-order button. The next game I want to talk about is The Outer Worlds 2. If you've been following my articles this year, then you probably remember the piece that I wrote about how The Outer Worlds was what I felt Starfield should have been, and just praising Obsidian for their work not only on The Outer Worlds but also Fallout New Vegas. So it should come as no surprise that I'm excited beyond belief for this sequel. It promises to have the same humor, the same fantastic dialogue, and captivating gameplay that made me love The Outer Worlds so much, to the point that I replay The Outer Worlds almost as much as I do Skyrim, which is huge praise for me. My biggest hope for this game is that we get better traversal instead of the loading screen simulator that was ship flying between planets, but I'm willing to deal with that if it means I get even more of the fantastic game that was The Outer Worlds. The trailer we got recently has only made my hype grow even more, so when we finally get a release date, you can bet that I will be one of the first to put my pre-order in. If it wasn't made clear from how much I was gushing over Obsidian and The Outer Worlds 2 coming supposedly next year, I'm also excited for Avowed, which is set to release in February. Instead of exploring sci-fi worlds again, Avowed will see the player in a medieval fantasy RPG, and it has been touted by many as the Skyrim of Obsidian, which is going to be very interesting to see, to say the least. My hype for Avowed did not start until the Xbox June 2024 showcase, as with many of the games that I'm excited for next year, but the more I see of Avowed and the more previews we get from different people online, the more my excitement has grown, and I honestly cannot wait for February to jump into this game. I know that I'm gonna have the time of my life for as long as it's there. As long as Obsidian continues to do what they do well, I have full faith that this game is going to be outstanding. Another game releasing in February that I'm super excited for is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Now this is also a sort of medieval RPG, but this one leans less into fantasy and more into history. Set in old Germany, the first game followed the story of Henry, a blacksmith turned soldier, and the Kingdom Come games were known for being super realistic, not just in having great historical accuracy, but also in being realistic in how you grow as a character. Just because you're around fighting all these bad guys doesn't mean you're good at combat. You have to grow your skills over time and become the hero you want to be. It makes the Kingdom Come games super enticing, and I cannot wait to dive into the sequel, because the trailers so far look fantastic. Warhorse Studios is quickly becoming one of my favorites, up there with CD Projekt Red. Next, I want to talk about the upcoming game from Hazelight Studios, the creators of It Takes Two and A Way Out. They make some of the most fantastic co-op games that I've ever played. Their stories, their character design, their world building, it's all just 10 out of 10 to me, and I'm super excited for Split Fiction that is set to come out in March of 2025. Instead of following a couple going through troubles or a ragtag duo trying to break out of prison, Split Fiction is set to follow two authors who have to enter each other's book worlds and battle whatever monsters the other has come up with in order for them to get back to reality. It's not very often that you find a studio like Hazelight that can take one idea, really find their niche, but keep innovating and expanding upon it in ways that just captivate audiences. So I'm definitely excited for this one in spring. The last game on my list that I want to talk about is one that I'm pretty sure everyone, and well, maybe not their grandma, is excited about. Grand Theft Auto 6. The last update that we got for this game was back in December of 2023 actually, with the trailer that Rockstar released after it was leaked by someone inside of the company. GTA 6 is going to be the return to Vice City, which is something that I'm super excited for. Vice City was one of my favorite GTA games back in the 6th generation. Between that one, San Andreas, and 3, I have a hard time deciding whether I think Vice City or San Andreas is the best one. So I'm definitely excited to see how Rockstar brings it to the modern HD era. You know, aside from that definitive edition trilogy that we don't talk about for the most part. The biggest potential I see with the game from the trailer is the implementation of social media. I could see social media fame taking the place of the notoriety system in some regards. It could be a system where you want to cause the most chaos because it gets you the most views, likes, subscribers, whatever on the in-game social media sites, which does have a lot of potential to cause some insane things that can be posted online. And in this day and age, with everyone being obsessed with social media and their online presence, I can only see that really clicking with a lot of people and even expanding the audience more so than GTA 5, which is going to be hard to do. As of right now, we do not have a set release date for GTA 6, just that it is a 2025 release, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it got pushed into 2026, which is hilarious because a lot of developers are waiting for GTA 6's release date to be announced so that they can plan their own game releases. So there's going to be a lot of things just in the air for a while until we know what Rockstar's plan is for this game. And there you have it. Those are my most anticipated games for 2025. Or at least the games that I hope to see in 2025, that is. Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All that fun YouTube jazz. And as always, game on, friends.